Good morning, good afternoon, whatever day or time that you're reading this or watching this. Hey, so one of the great benefits about being a pampered chef girl and doing it as a full-time business is I get to be stay-at-home mom. So this is my stay-at-home mom look. Don't judge. All right, this is I'm getting ready to go for a run look. So I just wanted to talk to you today about getting ready for your first party. You know, sometimes people are so scared to do the first show, but we have made a system for you that is just making it so easy that you're just going to read off a card, you're going to read off a script, and then you're going to read off a card again. So it's super easy, super fun to do, and we just want to get you started. So first of all, if you've been taking all of your classes and have you went to the tiny.cc /NewConsultant, then you know that you have your cards to print off, which look like this. And so, of course, this is going to be backwards in the video, but you'll get the gist of it. So when we have you print off your show cards, and this will just allow you the outline of the whole party. It'll tell you, how to do your opening, how to do, to introduce yourself. Also on that tiny.cc /NewConsultant, if you look on the script, I even give you the words to say to how to introduce yourself. It's at the bottom. So make sure you come up with that so that you have it printed off or typed out, and feel free to read it. The more you look duplicatable, the more people are going to want to join your team. So if they're seeing, wow, she's just reading off a script, they're going to be impressed, number one, and two, no one's even going to care. So until you get that all in your head, just read it off the script. So check it out on there, how to introduce yourself, and you'll see that first. You're going to thank your host, you're going to thank your guest, and you're going to talk about 2 power items. So these are 2 power tools that are in your kit that you're going to talk about that you're going to be using at the party. So you're going to be using your simple slicer, you're going to be using your large stoneware bar pan, you're going to be using your forged cutlery. So these are your bigger ticket items whenever you make your your chicken chipotle nacho dip. And those cards actually came in your kit. So, what I suggest is, you're going to use this recipe to follow, and then your NewConsultant kit cards also came in your kit, and you can just grab those cards, and then you can just tell them all about those 2 items, or that you're picking to talk about first during your show. Now we have you to pick from your deep covered baker, your grill pan and press, your rock crock, your cookware, and your cutlery. So you can pick 2 to talk about out of your own products that you're going to be using, or you can choose to pick out 2 of these. The reason that we have you or want to have you talk about these is because these are from higher priced product collections, and then people will either buy it, which will make your show high, or they're booked to get it, which is what you need on your calendar, is more bookings. Okay, every party, our goal is to get at least 2 cooking show bookings and 1 catalog show booking, 1 to replace the show you just did, 1 to grow your business, and 1 to add some gravy to your check. Okay, so by talking about these big power tool items at the beginning, that's going to help you to be able to either get the sales or get the bookings for those items. Now, when you go to print these out, these page numbers are not going to be correct. You're going to need to go through your catalog, and you're going to need to find those dates, or those pages that are correct, and change them in your file before you print them off. As you can see here, I printed them on cardstock, and I have them in different colors. Orange for opening, all right, and then I have blue for just setting up the party and getting them ready to go. Green are the ones that make me money, and red is all about getting those bookings and sales and recruits all on my calendar. Okay, so print them out on cardstock, and then before you print them off, you also want to make sure that your printing is on the page. I have a Mac computer. You probably have a microprocessor or Word or something, and so whenever you pull up my Mac to Word conversion, it may not be the same spacing as what you're going to see on here. So just make sure that each card, you're able to cut it in half and then talk about each of the items without cutting off any of your verbiage below, okay? So we talk about, this is your choice of your deep baker, or you talk about the grill pan, or you talk about the rock crock, or you talk about your cookware, or you talk about your cutlery. And when you go to talk about these, I don't want you to go knives and then go off on your own little spiel. This is exactly what we would like you to say, because number one, it keeps you on target. Number two, it keeps you on time. And number three, it keeps you from taking off in some sporadic area and not covering everything that we need to get out about the cutlery or the cookware or the rock crock or the baker. Okay, so say exactly what's on here, and then talk about them here at the bottom, whatever, and then take a couple of people. Oh my gosh, who has the forged cutlery and absolutely loves it? And then don't forget, in your kit you have those cards here, and you will see rock crock collection, stainless steel collection, pantry, executive cookware, and then it talks about mini serving spatula and goes into all your items. So there also is cards in here for you to start getting to know your products. If you know your products, you can sell your products, which is why I want to put a little bug in your ear about coming to recipe night, because that's where we really pour into you product training. All right, so once you've talked about your two different ones, you're going to set up for your recipe. You're going to count them off in threes. So here's your Chipotle chicken nacho dip. And then here's how to have the shopping list and product packing checklist. So this will help your hostess out. Additional packing list items, all right? Then it's going to tell you how to arrive or whatever. And then this, you're going to see station 1, station 2, and station 3. All right, so at these 3 stations, you're going to have out all of the items that are used to make that recipe out on the table, which means all of your tools are out of the box, rinsed, washed, cleaned, and dried, and in all the stations already set up. With each of those items, I want you to have the kit card that you're using underneath that item, all right? So when you divide everybody up, you're going to count them off into threes, and you're going to make sure that you have hand gel for every station. Go to the dollar store, you can get hand gel really cheap, and that way people can hand gel real easily. Then tell them you're going to be going back and forth working the room, okay? Don't worry about this red words, get a ticket, ignore that. I'll fix it eventually in this paper, so when you print it off, it's not even there. So as they're using the tools, tell them that you're going to tell them the fabs about every item. The fabs are the features, advantages, and benefits of every item. Features tell, advantages and benefits sell. So a feature is of the glass batter bowl. It's glass, okay, tempered glass. The advantage is you can see through it. The benefit is whenever you're mixing up brownies and you go to pour it out, all that powder's still not in the bottom, and you go, oh, there's the rest of my brownie mix, all right? The feature is the measurement markings are embossed on the sides. The advantage to that is that those little red words are not going to flake off. The benefit to that is you're not going to be holding it up going, is that a third cup or a half a cup? Okay. The feature is that it has a lid. The advantage to that is that you can cover things up. The benefit to that is when I'm making pancakes in the morning and I don't use all the pancake batter, I can put the lid on it, pop it in the fridge. They'll be even fluffier tomorrow because all that air will be in them. Okay, so it's actually a tip to make your pancake batter the night before and then just serve it up the next morning. Okay, so as you go through each item, every item has a feature, advantage, and a benefit. And so what you want to just make sure is that the big items, you're talking lots of features, advantages, and benefits. The smaller items, they just need 1 or 2, and that's where these kit cards are going to come into play. So every time that they break up into their station and they're using one of the tools, you're going to ask them, please read the kit card to the other people as you're using the tool, so that way everybody gets to know all about the tools. And then if you come over, and it does tell you some of the cooking show party outline, in the outline we're going to follow our cards that we made from here. Okay, but this does have some good ideas and stuff on it too. But while you're doing the cooking show, it's going to tell you some simple selling tips and stuff like that. So as you're going back and forth between the 3 groups helping them, you're just going to, if you come over, and you want to definitely make sure that you're helping them use the simple slicer and the cheese grater. Those 2 items are the ones that I find need the most customer help because they're not always super intuitive about how to use those tools. So when you come over there, every time you see they're using a tool, then you're just going to read that card to them, okay? And then help help them to understand what they're doing. And if you're not there, they're going to read the card to one another. We do not expect you to know every single item when you first start and all their selling features and tips and heights and weights and categories, okay? Heights and weights, I just threw that one in. So, but the cards will help you until you do know about the tools, exactly what to say about each item, okay? So once they've made all the recipes, and if one of the groups gets done before the other, just tell them go ahead and help out with the other group. Then once they're done, you're going to have everybody come back in and sit down, and you're going to go around the room and ask them what their favorite tool was that they used today. Okay, so I give them tickets for everything, and all I do is I get regular 8.5 by 11 paper. I cut it in half lengthways, cut those two halves in lengthways again, and then cut them into tickets. You can feel free to go to Walmart or whatever and get the pull apart tickets, but those cost a lot of money, and then you have to pull them all apart. So I just make tickets. I save any paper that's left over and just cut it into tickets, and I reuse paper all the time. So they get an on-time ticket. They get a ticket for every time they share something I want to hear or laugh at a joke or tell me my hair looks good. Clearly they wouldn't tell me my hair looked good today, but just so that they get lots of tickets. So they're going to go back in, you're going to ask them, what was the favorite tool you saw today? And this is called the shop and share. So that way people who use this item over here can tell, this group, oh my gosh, we used the 5-inch utility knife and we loved it and it cut so smooth like butter and whatever. And you can help them, you can prompt them with questions. What did you like about that product? How do you see yourself using that product in your kitchen? How do you see that item is better than what you already have? So you can help them with, as they're sharing their favorite stuff, but you're going to go around the room and tell me what was your favorite. You want this to go fast. This is not you spend 20 minutes going through this. This is just real quick, and whatever they say, you reiterate. If they say something that someone else has already said, then say, someone else has already said that one. Did you have another one that you really liked? And oh, that's 2 votes for the knife. What was there something else that you really liked, and get something else out of them. All right, so I give you ideas. What did you love about it? What did you love most about it? How could you see this tool helping you? So I gave you those little cheat words in there. Then you're going to start telling them how that they're going to place an order, book a show, whatever. So then you're just going to transition into the closing time. And so the closing outline is really nice because it will start talking to you to help you tell them how to plant booking seeds, how to plant recruiting seeds, as well as how to order and stuff like this. So we call it the confident close. So this says on here to distribute the catalogs and whatever then. I always put out the catalogs waiting for them whenever they first get there. So as they're waiting for the party to get started, which will always start on time, that way you make sure that you have them something to look at while they're getting and waiting for the party to start. So you're going to talk about, first of all, there's 3 ways for them to get products for the best value. So they can purchase them, get your hands on them right away. Tonight's guest special is, there's always a guest special. Spend $75, get something is what our current specials are. So if that changes throughout the years, change the verbiage. But right now it's spend $75, get something. And then we used to have a catalog centerfold. They took all those centerfold items and put them all throughout the catalog. So just ignore that statement. I'll take it out eventually. But always tell them that anything that they buy in a set, they're going to save more money. Okay, so the more they something works in your kitchen, the less it costs. So you can reiterate that whenever they're thinking about the more expensive items. Then you're going to cover, do you like fun, friends, and free? And this is about how the party is going to happen. So read through it and read exactly what it says on here and talk about the bookings. If someone in the room has had a party before, let her share about how awesome her experience was. And then you're going to talk about trying on the apron and then about the business. So you're just going to fill in the blanks on here, and then you're going to set your timer and let people ask you. So just set your phone timer if you don't have the Pampered Chef timer. These are the 10 most popular questions and the 10 most popular answers of why people want to get started with the business. And if someone isn't asking a question, then you're going to go over to them and go, how many nights a week do you do this? Great question, Jennifer. How many nights a week do I do this? Well, let me tell you. And you're always going to answer the question in, you can choose how many nights you choose to do this. We have consultants who choose to do this 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 5 nights. I have one girlfriend who does 2 shows a day. So you get to choose because it's flexible. And what I usually do is 2 nights a week. So you can say it like that, but always you would do, or you might find, or you will see, and then tell them about you. So that way they can see themselves in the. All right, so then you're going to go through your strong closing. It's your confident close. So you're going to go through and you're going to do exactly what's on here. You're going to pass out the door prize slips and just start going through everything, okay? And then you're going to cover how to order. And everything is on here, all right? Then you're going to do your full service checkout. You must do this with every single person. The full service checkout, you're going to ask them exactly what's on these questions and give them exactly these answers. And then you're going to wrap up with the host, okay? So it's very important that you follow the script exactly. I can tell you after 17 years almost of doing this, that script works. And it's just so easy. And then it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. So make sure you open up your cards. Make sure you've made your recipe at least twice before your kickoff party and that you've observed someone doing a show at least 3 times before you do your kickoff. And then make sure you open up your kit cards and start looking through all the products and start learning about your products so that you can just tell them about your stuff. You're just going to live with chicken chipotle nacho dip for your first 3 to 5 parties, okay? When you start feeling comfortable with this, then we'll let you move into start trying out some different recipes. It's all about being comfortable in your show demonstration and comfortable with your products before we move you on to something else, all right? So that is how you're going to do your first show. It's very exciting, and I know you're going to be absolutely fantastic. Make sure you let your director know or your recruiter know how many people were there, how many bookings you got, how many people you're going to follow up with tomorrow, how many recruit leads you got, what your sales were. These are all things we want to know. So text us, call us something after every party and let us know those details, and then we'll be able to help you address issues that you have right then and there, and celebrate with you all of the progress that you have. All right, remember your goal, $12.50 in sales in your first 30 days. That gets you the sign-on bonus if we had one, and 100 Pampered Chef dollars deposited into your account. And you only have 30 days to set up your free website. So if you've not done that yet as of this recording, make sure that you do that, because you can't do it after 30 days. Okay, and it's free for the first 90 days. Take advantage of that. And then it's like $6 a month, I think, or something like that. So anyway, God bless you. If you have any questions, make sure you contact your recruiter, your director, and make sure you also remember you can call the home office at any time at 888 our chef, which is 687-2433. They can answer any questions about technology, any questions about setting up a show, closing a show, adding a booking, making sure that you have all the information in there, saving your contacts. They are paid and waiting on you. All right, I can't wait to hear all the success from your first show, and thank you so much, and God bless.